Would you like to get 1,000 email subscribers onto your email list completely for free? Well, I'm going to show you exactly in this video how you can do that in the space of 1 week. And if you want to multiply that, that allows you on average to get about 4,500 people onto your email list on a monthly basis. Now, the really key thing here is utilizing Facebook ads. Now, you might be saying, this was all about getting email subscribers onto my email list completely for free. Well, what I mean is that you can make a very significant profit on your ads, and anybody who is unconverted joins your email list completely for free, okay? And so with this, I'm gonna say 3 different examples here, right? And so the very first one, and this is really simple, and this is very, very passive in nature. This does not require you to be live, to turn up anywhere. This is the type of thing that can run 365 days a year in the background. And this is just a lead magnet. Now, not all lead magnet systems are created equally. We have 3 different lead magnet systems inside the program. It's 3 of our 36 ad frameworks. But lead magnets, just to keep it simple, we'll talk about them collectively, okay? So if you have a lead magnet, and let's just say you spend 2K, right? Let's say that you spend 2,000 on your ads, okay? And let's just say that you got $2 per lead. So $2 leads, and so you have 1,000. I totally went off in my frame of mind there. I am so glad that I went with that example because we've ended up at 1,000. I forgot the whole frame of this video is around 1,000 people. So I'm glad that it worked out like this and we end up with 1,000 people on the email list at the end of this process. Okay, so you spend $2,000 on your ads, you're getting $2 leads, and you've got 1,000 people who have come through. Okay, so let's just say with the lead magnet, let's just say that you are getting, I just used this example in a different video. So let's just say that it's 5% are going to book calls. Okay, so 5% book calls. So you've got 50 calls on the calendar. And let's just say that you have even a 25, it really doesn't matter at this stage. Like we can do 25% conversion rate. Okay, so 25% conversion rate on those calls. That means that you end up with 12.5. I probably should use 20%. Let's use 20%. 12.5, it's quite hard to onboard half a client. So let's just do 20% conversion rate, which means that you end up with 10 new clients. So 10 clients. And let's just say that you have £1,000, euros, dollar program. Well, that means that you're going to have 10K of sales, and that means that you've spent 2, you've got 10K back, and you've made a 5x return, okay? And so you've made 8K in profit. However, you only got 10 clients out of it. So, albeit that I said 1,000, you do get 1,000 onto your email list with this, but what you've ended up with is a net of 990, okay? So 990 unconverted leads. So all you've had to find is an extremely small amount of fast movers to make an ROI right here. And on the other side, you end up with 990 new people who have joined your email list completely for free. Second example right here. So let's go with live masterclass. So live masterclasses are another great way to do this because we get name, email address, and phone number. And this is another thing to think about here. This isn't just growing your email list by 1,000. If you use this system and you also collect phone numbers, which in 2025, 2026, if you're listening at that time, well, I'm like making predictions here about the future, but I think we're moving in that direction completely. If this was like 3 years ago, I would have said that if you added a phone number into the form, then your lead cost significantly goes up. So you're looking at maybe $3 here or $3.50. However, in 2025 and 2026, if you're listening, we tend to find that the cost per lead actually doesn't go up. Sometimes it can marginally go up like 5% or 8%, but sometimes it can actually lower it for some reason. Don't know why, but it's always around the same price point, which means that this is really a process to get 1,000 emails completely for free and 1,000 phone numbers for free as well, okay? So with the live masterclass, you can have the exact same example here, If it was the same business, you would probably find that the cost per lead would go up here. So if we were doing 2K again in ad spend, you'd probably say it would be more along the lines of, it'd probably be 3, but for easiness of numbers here, we'll just say $4 leads. And so with that, we would have 500, which means we're gonna spend 4K on our ads with the live masterclass to get to 1,000. I keep forgetting that the whole point of the video is 1,000. Well, you can run this twice at 2,000 if you would like to, or you can run it once with 4K of spend, get $4 leads, and then that is going to allow you to have 1,000 people come onto your email list. Now we're back on target again, okay? And so once again, off the other side of this, all you need is 5% to book calls so that you get 50 calls, you have your conversion rate, 10 clients come on board, you make your 10K. Now, the ROI here of 4K to 10K isn't as high, but you've still made 6K in profit, okay? Now, I'll caveat this. This does not mean that I'm saying lead magnets are better than live masterclasses, because you actually will usually find that live masterclasses have a higher ROI from fast movers because you go live. You can build know, like, and trust quicker, and therefore on the other side, you can actually convert a lot more people. So lead cost is usually higher for a live masterclass or a live workshop, but you'll usually have much higher conversion rates. But just for easiness of understanding, even if you didn't achieve better ROIs and conversion rates and different things, what you would end up with is a position where you make a 2.5x return and you've made 6K of profit whilst achieving the goal of this video, which is to get 1,000 emails, and also now, because I'm realizing it, 1,000 phone numbers that you can SMS or WhatsApp and things like that as well, okay? A third example that you could use here is 5-day challenges. And 5-day challenges, funnily enough, there's something quite interesting to point out in comparison to a lead magnet and a live masterclass. You will usually find that a 5-day challenge, especially if you're in the B2C space, and even more so if you work with women, that you will usually find that 5-day challenges actually have an even lower lead cost than lead magnets themselves, okay? Which means that you could actually achieve the lowest lead costs here. And if you run them really well, right? So, you know, we have things like the £32,000 question, which is essentially a way of asking questions to people when they opt in to see if they want to have a conversation, a call, find out more before the challenge even begins, okay? So it's a really, really good way. It's called the £32,000 question now because one of our clients made 32K before day one of a challenge had even started. Cash collected, by the way, as well. But 5-day challenges, funnily enough, don't work for that many coaches these days and too many niches, especially if you work with guys. However, 5-day challenges in the right space with the right coach and the right strategy can have lower lead costs and can have much higher conversion rates into clients as well. So you might just find that instead of this being a 5x return and this being a 2.5x return, you might just find, I'm going to keep this simple here for taking your time into consideration, you might just find that this is a 15x return, okay? But the story is still the same across the board here, which is, albeit that I didn't fill this one in and this one in, we'll just circle everything down here as net positive because we've got a 5x return, a 2.5x return, and maybe a 10 or a 15x return over here, but the story is still the same. If you have a system in which you put $1,000 in or $2,000 in and you get 1,000 opt-ins, if you make a profit on the other side, you have just grown your email database, your SMS list, your WhatsApp list by 1,000. 1,000 new people have joined you completely for free. And you can do this with followers, with different strategies as well. So you can grow audiences in different places. But if you want to grow an email list, an email's incredible. First of all, you own it so people can't take it away from you. Some of my biggest sales happen every single time Facebook goes down. Every time Facebook goes down, and every other coach is panicking, I send an email to tens of thousands of coaches and it's timely, it always gets an amazing response rate and people book calls and purchase and different things like that. You own the email list, you own the SMS list, and you can use it as frequently as you like for a very low cost as well, okay? And so any ad strategy that you have, you should be looking for a primary outcome and a secondary outcome. The primary outcome should be profit. You should never have a strategy to grow your email list. The primary outcome is always profit. The secondary outcome can be email list growth, SMS growth, or followers growth. If this has been valuable to you, as always, do all of the YouTube malarkey, like, subscribe. If you're a really good human being, then drop a comment down below. And I'll, as always, put tons of free resources, ad templates, Facebook ad course. And if you want to know more about working with us, I'll drop all of that below as well. Other than that, I'll see you on the next video.